height of fear, you are fearless.
Former Vice President Kamala Harris thanks first responders and surveys fire damage in Pacific Palisades for the first time. What goes through your mind when you see this? You're here, you're now seeing it up close.
It's not only seeing it, Alex, you can smell it. You can feel it, right? So it's seeing it with our eyes, and many people have seen it. You all are covering it. But to literally be on the ground here, you can smell the smoke that was here. You can feel the toxicity, frankly, of the environment. You can feel the energy of all of the folks who are still here on the ground.
What? You can feel the energy, man, from the wind and the waves, man. And it like flows through me, man, like a spirit, man. And you can feel it, you can smell it in the air, the salt, man, in the earth. You got to grab Mother Earth and let her go through your fingers, man. Was she selling incense and crystals? What the fuck was that? Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho, on Instagram at JGTalk2, and like and subscribe to this channel right here. I hope you guys aren't dizzy. If you are, have a seat, because sometimes Kamala can do that. She almost puts you under a spell. Right? You're almost like, what? Am I high? She can do that to you. She can talk you in the circles to where you get dizzy. But what that was, if I can decipher it, she was at the Palisades last week, and she went and saw some of the fire damage. Apparently, it's more than just seeing the damage.
Don't know where I felt like I get a little drink around here, do you, bud?
My bad. I shouldn't have done that. I should not imply that Kamala was 3 sheets to the wind, hammered, lit, fucked up, smashed, whatever you want to call it. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have implied that she was. But I'm just saying the way she talks, you can feel it in the toxicity in the air. And you know, you're brave, and the fires and the ashes and stuff. Yeah, Kamala, we know you can smell after things burn, especially on that level over 16,000 structures and thousands of acres. Yeah, you can smell some smoke. But you can tell, as per usual, she has no conviction. She has no real feelings. So none of that came from the heart. None of that were real feelings and emotions about the sense of loss, what it's going to take to rebuild, what people are feeling, the memories lost, the history, everything that comes with everything that happened down there. None of that affected her. None of that penetrated, because she's not human. None of that sunk in, soaked in to her human soul, because she does not have one. When she gets home, much like a lot of those politicians, she gets inside to her cold stone lair, her sterile stone, dark, cold lair. She peels off her human skin, hangs it up on a coat hook, and allows her dragon-like wings to unfurl. And she cries out to the moonlit sky. I'm not saying she's a demon, but none of that was real. None of that was heartfelt. In the hands, you know, you can feel it, you know, everywhere. Stop. Don't say anything. If anything, just drive past them. Stop across the street where the press can't reach you. Kamala, Kamala. Just ignore them. Don't talk to them. Instead of giving us this disingenuous nonsense, this gibberish, as my 4th grade teacher would say, this gobbledygook. As my Spanish 2 teacher would say in high school, this weedy. No más weedy. It's nonsense. But that's what she does. She'll say 9,000 words and not say a thing. But you thought she was done? You thought that was all the gibberish I could find from Kamala and her trip to the Palisades? Are you mad?
As we think about the future, we must, as a society, as a country, invest in adaptation and resilience. And we have to understand these extreme weather occurrences are extreme, but they are increasingly less rare.
Harris also visiting the Westwood Recreation Center, a temporary home for fire evacuees. There, she's asked directly, are you running for California governor?
I have been home for 2 weeks and 3 days. My plans are to be in touch with my community, to be in touch with the leaders and figure out what I can do to support them.
Does seeing this change the way you think about the question of whether to run for governor?
I am here and would be here regardless of the office I hold, because it is the right thing to do, which is to show up in your community and thank the folks who are on the ground.
Why would you even ask her that? Who gives a shit if she has plans to run for governor? You guys are knee deep in still clearing out the wreckage, the burned out structures, the old cars, trees, whatever else got burned and fell to the ground or needs to be knocked to the ground, the partial structures that still need to be knocked down. And you're asking this cackling drunk fool if she's going to run for governor and continue to drive one of the greatest states in our union up our own ass. That's what you're going to ask her? I don't give a shit what she plans to do. She probably doesn't even know. Her mouth's probably dry and she's ready for another Mai Tai or her third box of Franzia. Who cares what this moron thinks? Does she think? Going to visit those people, the people crying. They're probably crying because they were hoping for Trump. And of course, she had to twist her little climate change knife in our side. These extreme weather and extreme events are getting less and less rare. They're happening more often. Why? Because you don't recycle enough. Why? Because you drive a big gas guzzling SUV and you won't drive a little electrical car that the grid in this damn state couldn't handle anyway. If we gave them what they wanted, our power grid would collapse and throw us back to the Stone Age. If we give them what they want, it's bad for us. What a jackass. Climate change. This happened because of climate change. Somehow, because we drive cars around, you drive cars around, not us. The exhaust that comes from my SUV is different than yours. The exhaust that comes from my SUV turns into butterflies and the laughter of children. What comes out of your SUV causes plants and trees to die. It causes the icebergs to shrink, and the poor little polar bears got to swim farther this year. They didn't have to swim that far last time. Now they got to swim a whole 100 yards more to get their bottle of Coca-Cola. No, the exhaust that comes out of your flights where you're going to visit family or go on the vacation that you can barely afford. That's choking out Mother Earth. You're killing Mother Earth. As I fly around this world, going to Davos to dine upon the blood of the kidnapped Swedish children, that's not polluting the earth. That turns into butterflies and the laughter of children, remember? So when Leo and Taylor Swift and all these celebrities that fly zigzagging across the world, spewing the exhaust from their private jets, that's not what's killing the earth. You're killing the earth, you tiny little insignificant tax-paying piece of shit. Right on top of you. It's climate change. You brought this upon yourself, Los Angeles. You won't let us create our 15-minute city and crush all your entrepreneur and purchasing power. That's what happened. You didn't give in to the climate change agenda, so you burned down these structures, you stupid little Los Angelinos. It's not their fault. They didn't mishandle it. It's your fucking fault because you threw your plastic bottle in the wrong trash can and you wanted to use plastic straw that's going to go through a turtle's nose. Meet me in the comments, damn it. What do you think? Did Kamala sound, did she sound like Dudley Moore like she usually does? Was she giving Nancy Pelosi a run for her money? Nancy Pelosi was probably sitting at home with a muumuu on and no underwear saying, I can't understand her, she's drunk. throwing up on her giant, veiny, varicose vein tits. Meet me in the comments. Was that the usual shit-faced Kamala Harris? Are you mad at me for making you listen to a clip of Kamala Harris and you thought you were done with her after Donald Trump politically curb-stomped her on the evening of November 5th? Meet me in the comments, Goose. Talk to me. But you know, we like to end these videos with a clip of Good Gun. That's when an American is flexing that Second Amendment muscle, giving the bad guys what they deserve. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.
Fairfield police are investigating after a homeowner shot and killed a suspected intruder. It happened yesterday on Vintage Valley Drive. Police say the intruder knocked at the door of the home. When there was no answer, he kicked in the door. The homeowner says he saw the intruder on a surveillance camera and grabbed his gun. That's when the homeowner opened fire and killed the man.
Whatever the motive was, it does not look like it was peaceful or legal. We do know that the suspect was armed with a handgun and a semi-automatic that was loaded with an extended magazines. So as far as I know, there is no known relationship between the homeowners, who are true victims here, and the suspect.
Now, police say the suspect was a 27-year-old man from Suisun City and that he was on parole for home invasion in Alameda County.